Milwaukee, where the Brewers, just 3 games out of first, are starting a 7-game stretch against the 2 worst teams in the major leagues. That'd be the Nationals and the Padres. This is the Nats. Jeff Suppan looking for his first win since June 12th. Getting some defensive help from Felipe Lopez there, stealing one from Adam Dunn. And how many times do we see a guy make a great play only to have the tables turned on him by the guy he stole one from? Whenever we edit it that way. Bottom third, it's Lopez liner. It's Dunn chasing it down. Both those were TPNs. That's top play nominees. Here's half the history we're talking about at the top of the show. Bases loaded, Josh Willingham. Grand slam off Suppan. His 15th home run of the year, and the Nats are up 6-2. And here's the second half of history because it's Willingham again. His second grand slam of the game. Just the 13th time in Major League history that had happened. 8 RBI. The second one coming off Mark DeFelice. The pride of Florence, Alabama, finishes with 8 RBIs, ties a franchise record, goes 3 for 5, and then it's the Nationals. 14-6 is your final. Talk about a career night. I want what he had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Josh Willingham, again, just the 13th player in Major League history to hit 2 grand slams in the same game.
We're headed in the right direction. Carlos Zambrano facing Carlos Lee. Lee is going to that direction. Number 16 on the year for Lee. Solo shot, so the Gatorade cooler's not in jeopardy yet. Bottom 4, Derek Lee at the plate. Cubs still down 1-0. Oops. Looks like someone just leveled the playing field. Number 20 on the year for Lee. Game tied at 1. That one on the Waveland Avenue. Top 7. Runners on the corners for Chris Coast. Sit down. Zambrano gets him. Bottom 7. 2 men on for Zambrano at the plate now. He's been known to do some things, but that's not going to hurt a bit. Zambrano would not come out to pitch the 8th. Both pitchers go 7 innings, giving up 1 earned run. So it came down to the bullpens. Jose Valverde in the pitch for the Astros. Mike Fontenot up, the bases loaded with 1 out. Fontenot squares for the squeeze, misses the bunt, and Milton Bradley is tagged out coming home. Michael Hoffpower advances to third. So there's 2 away now. Fontenot still at the plate, and he's not going to be able to get the runner home. So the Astros get out of the jam. We go to the 11th. Top half of the inning, still tied at 1. 2 outs, runners on first and second for Jeff Blum. Sean Marshall gets him. That'll win the inning. Cubs out of the jam. Bottom 11, 2 outs, 2 men on for pitcher Andres Blanco, the Cubs' last position player. And Blanco grounds to second in the inning. So they played on. Top 13 now. 2 on, 1 out for Carlos Lee. Jeff Samardzija gets Lee. That goes 6-4-3. And the game continues. Bottom 13, no outs, bases loaded for Alfonso Soriano. He got booed at Wrigley in the 11th for failing to run out a ground ball. He can take his time here. No doubt about that one. Off Chris Sampson, everybody knew it was going to the crack of the bat. Soriano pointed to his family in the crowd. He's like, "You can't see me." The Cubs win it 5-1 on Soriano's walk-off grand slam. And it's time to bounce at Wrigley. The Cubs make it 5 in a row.
6 on the road trip. Bottom 1 scoreless. Joey Votto with a 2-2 count. And Josh Gear's pitch is in the dirt. And Votto, earmuffs, earmuffs. Votto, he thought he checked his swing, and Phil Cousy appealed to third. And at third was Mr. Jerry Crawford, and oh, look at it. Earmuffs. Joey Votto's chi is not centered in this one. Next batter is Brandon Phillips. His chi is centered. He goes, he takes all Votto's anger and swings it right out of the park. And the Padres go on to win 6-4. Reds go on to win 6-4. With an ERA over 5.21 to be exact, and Carl Pavano going to show you why. The Tribe gave him a 2-0 lead. Juan Rivera, Stan, can I go boom, boom, pow?
Neil, I am. Yes, you can.
Probably shouldn't. Kendry Morales, the next batter, and so 2-0 is now 2-2. And 1 shot ain't enough, Jack. You better make it 3. Mike Napoli goes yard. By the way, you can see Nap Bobblehead Day is Tuesday, August 11th. Back-to-back Jack.
I'll mark that down.
Off Carl Pavano. How about Kendry Morales? If some is good, more is better, but not if Chris Jimenez can catch it, and he can't. And you know who catches that, Stan?
Jose Canseco.
No, Joe Jonas. Okay, Morales' second homer of the game. We need you to get with it. Angels up 6-4. Top 7, same score. Eric Ibar going to make the play. Listening to Buster Olney on ESPN 710 Mason and Ireland. And he says if the Angels are going to get Doc Halladay, they're going to have to give up Eric Ibar.
Mason and Ireland buy you lunch every day or something?
2 on, top 9. And Brian Fuentes has just given up the lead. Victor Martinez, 3-run shot. Fuentes had not allowed an earned run since May. He gives up back-to-back jacks. Johnny Peralta there, he went 4 for 5. The Indians have won 5 straight. They win this one 8-6.
Tigers and Rangers had played 6 times before Monday, and the Rangers had won exactly none of those games. Top first, second pitch of the game. Curtis Granderson. So let's get this party started right. Let's get this party started quickly. Off Tommy Hunter, Granderson's 20th of the year. Tigers up 1-0. Tommy Hunter making his 6th Major League start, got in trouble in the 5th. Bases loaded for the Tigers. Cleve Thomas with a little dribbler. And Hunter's like a little bit of glove is all it takes. Jared Saltalamacchi able to get Gerald Laird. Great play by Hunter. Then he gets Miguel Cabrera. 7 innings, 6 Ks, gave up 1 earned run. Bottom 5, Rangers still down 1-0 though. Nelson Cruz like 1 run? Is that all we need? I got that. 451 feet off Armando Galarraga. Cruz is 24th. Game tied at 1. Bottom 6, same score. Man on second for Michael Young in a clutch situation. Elvis Andrus has a hold up at third, but then the throw gets away, and Andrus able to come in and score. The Rangers up 2-1, and Andrus like, we got to win this game. 3 batters later, 2 men on. Hank Blaylock down the right field line. I mean, when your name is Elvis, you're going to get it, okay? Young and David Murphy score. The Rangers hold on to win at 5-2. They finally find a way to beat the Tigers. First win in their 7 meetings so far this season. Young 3 for 4 with a home run.
Let's check out Chicago and Minnesota. They begin the night 2 and 4 games respectively behind Detroit. And this is all about Carlos Gomez in this one. First batter of the day, Scott Pasednik, and Gomez and Denards. Oh, man, is anybody alive out there? That hurt to watch. Gomez shaken, stayed in the game. That's him right there. Stayed in the game. Now he's batting in the bottom of the second. And his head still may be hurting because he loses a grip of the bat, and that's a souvenir, and that's just fortunate. Look at that young lady. She says, I got hurt, but I can smile. Gomez is going to grab a new bat, and he's going to break that one. Gordon Beckham can't make the play because even though trying to avoid the bat, and Gomez gets an infield single. Next batter is Nick Punto, who grounds to short. That would be a double play. Gomez slides in hard, takes out Jason Nix, also known as Jason Quest. Twins score 2 unearned, and Ozzie Guillen, Bazooka Joe, not my friend.
Not the gum.
Oh, that's not Bazooka Joe. That's the other one.
It looks like a double bubble or super bubble.
But it looked like it was in a Bazooka Joe bucket.
Once you get started on that bubble gum, you can't stop.
Oh, I love it. John Danks doesn't love this. Michael Kadire takes him yard, his 17th, and the Twins are going to win it 4-3, your final.
Genre before the game, top second. Giants up 1-0. Lincecum gets Brandon Moss, and then Andy the roast may help you. No thanks, I'm just looking. Bottom second, Giants up 3-0. Randy Wynn. Now check this out. Little flare. Garrett Jones gets a jump on it, but he can't hold on. Ball pops off his foot, and Delwyn Young makes the catch barehanded before it hits the ground. But the umpire didn't see it that way. Ball was ruled a no catch. Wynn caught between first and second to win the inning, but a run would score. Take another look at it. The umpires blew this one because this was a catch.
Hit him on the top of the left.
Off his glove, and then off his foot, into Delwyn Young's hand. Nothing but net.
And he should have been out.
But they didn't catch it.
That should have been it out.
Still, I think we'll see them in top place. Top 4, Giants up 4-0. Lincecum on cruise control. Gets Steve Pearce, Brandon Moss. Here comes Garrett Jones. He said Lincecum was hitting all his spots. That's 13 strikeouts. Pearce makes 14. And then LaRoche makes 15, a career high. Bonds digging it. A 4-hitter for Lincecum, who bounces back from a meeting in his last start. And the Giants win it
20 trips to the Mets' place. Oliver Perez on the hill. No score man on first. Top 2. Troy Tulowitzki, his 19th 2-run homer to center. And the Rocks up 2-0. Mets all sorts of problems on the field, off the field. Bottom 6. Mets down 3-1. 2 unknowns. Daniel Murphy singles to right. Luis Castillo scores. It's 3-2. The Mets would tie it in that inning with a sac fly. We go bottom 8. That's where it got fun. Tied at 3. Man on first. No out. Juan Rincon. He walks David Wright. So we got first and second no outs. And the next batter's Murphy. And he says, I'm gonna move the fellas, and he does. So we got runners on second and third with one out. All right, with lefty batter Corey Sullivan on deck, the Rockies are going to intensely walk Jeff Francoeur. That loads the bases, and they take out Rincon, and they bring in lefty Franklin Morales. And that's where the aforementioned Fernando Tatis, if you were with us at the top of the show, comes in. He's batting .355 with 7 home run, 89 RBI for his career with the bases loaded. And he goes yard. Grand slam to left center on the 0-2 pitch. 5th home run of the year, and the Mets have something to celebrate. They beat the red-hot Rockies. 7-3 is your final.
Retires.
What?
Whatever he wants.
I just hope my DVR is working. Top 10 plays. We start with 9-time world champion, a dude, Kelly Slater. He's going to score a perfect 10 at the Hurley U.S. Open of Surfing, and Kelly Slater's scheduled to visit us.
Number 9, Tigers and Rangers. Michael Young fouls it off. Now check out the fan. Barehanded, holding the baby in the other hand. And the baby's all upset. Mom's like, I'll take that, Mr. Souvenir Catcher. And he's like, here you go, Junior. And it's not working.
All right, we got no babies here. Cleat Thomas, chopper back towards the mound. Tommy Hunter flips the ball with his glove to Jared Saltalamacchia at home, who makes a nice scoop for the force-out Rangers. 1-5-2.
Mark Burley on David Letterman. Top 10 things on his mind during his perfect game.
Number 8.
Too bad I'm not on my own fantasy team.
Yeah, bummer on that.
That wasn't that funny.
Burley's White Sox in Minnesota. Scott Pasednik, grounder right. Alexi Casilla knocks it down and then gathers, and we got more from this game about right now.
Number 5, 9th inning in Minnesota. Carlos Quentin, deep, but not deep enough. Look at Denard Span on the run. Times the jump perfectly. Had to reach back for that one a little bit, and he made the grab.
Kind of did his Dwayne Wise imitation there.
Yeah, well, almost.
Yeah. All right, the Nationals in Milwaukee. Felipe Lopez thinks he's going to get another swing at it. Adam Dunn says, you know what, I'm going to end your AB right now. Dunn and the Nationals won that 14-6. He got 2 grand slams from Josh Willingham.
You know what that was? That was national defense. Number 3,
Nice.
sliding defense is good. How about diving? Now that looks like Dwayne Wise. Reggie Willits hit it. Ben Francisco there to make the great play.
Yankees-Rays, we got some more sliding defense, and it's A.J. Burnett winging it and then flinging it. Michel Hernandez, the victim of Burnett's defense, and the Yankees get 4 home runs and an 11-4 win.
This is the best play from all of Monday's games. Giants and Padres. Randy Wynn in the shallow right center. Garrett Jones has it go off his glove and then off his foot right into the bare hand of Delwyn Young. One of the best catches of the year, and it's teamwork, but it didn't even count as an out. But the Giants still win 4-2. And
In baseball is the Phillies, and they're going against one of the best pitchers in Dan Herron, but Arizona had to deal with Cole Hamels, who was on. He was on like he was on last year in the playoffs. 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 9 Ks. There's Herron. His defense did him no favors. Jimmy Rollins grounder, Stephen Drew, he bobbled it. Rollins safe. We got runners on the corner. Next batter, Shane Victorino. Man, he had the power of poi going all night. He homered off Herron in the 3rd, and here he lines one down the right field line, scores Hamill. And the Phillies up 2-1. Chase Utley, Chad Tracy comes home, throws it away. Rollins scores. Let's take another look at this one because Utley appears to be in the grass there. Phillies up 3-1. Let's go bottom 9. Brad Lidge appeared not to be caffeinated. Facing Mark Reynolds. And all of a sudden, 4-1 is 4-3. And, that is an upper deck shot. 28th a year for Reynolds. Look at Lidge. Lidge, was he having a Pujols flashback there? They hope not. He would retire the next 3, including Gerardo Parra there. He flies out. The Phillies win 4-3. They're 19-5 in July. All right, let's check out the Pirates and Giants. Giants began the night 1 game out of the wild card lead. Let's check out Eugenio Velez. His first of the year comes off Charlie Morton and ties the game at 1. By the way, Randy Johnson, torn rotator cuff, 60-day DL, said he believes he can come back in September. Fan gyms. You've heard of web gyms? These are fan gyms. Morton, the bunt. And the fan, the catch. Hey, you're on SportsCenter.
He really shouldn't dance, though.
No, exactly. Ramon Vasquez fouls off the pitch. Check out the kid in the Giants jersey.
That was great.
Dude, you're on SportsCenter. Not sure about the brother with the wig on next to you, though. And how about this catch? Fred Lewis. This is going to be fan Jim #1. I just reached up and grabbed it. Did you see me?
Hey, with a beard like that.
Careful, man. There's a beverage here. You see that in the right hand?
I wouldn't doubt him.
And then there's the man hug. Bottom 6, still tied. Runner on second, one out, and it's off Morton, and it's Velez again, and Fred Lewis going to come in to score. The Giants going to win at 3-2. Velez goes 2 for 3, 2 RBI in the W.
Vicente Padilla out with swine flu, so Doug Mathis came from the bullpen to start in his place. Rangers taking on the Tigers. Fourth inning, Rangers up 4-3. Mathis in the jam against the bottom of the order gets Ramon Santiago. Then he jams Dusty Ryan. 2 out, the runners advance. Next batter is Curtis Granderson. And Granderson will fly out. Mathis out of the gym. See how easy that was? Bottom 6, Neil. Rangers up 6-3. Elvis Andrus leading off.
Bartender.
How about a lemonade? That cool, refreshing drink off Zach Miner. Andrus with his 4th home run of the season. You know why? We got to win this game. Texas up 7-3. Next batter is Ian Kinsler. Miner throws behind him. Uh-oh. Top 7, Eddie Guardado pitching to Adam Everett. A little inside there. And then Jim Leland's like, yeah, uh-huh. And then Guardado's like, no. Shut up, old man. Rangers win at 7-3. 8th win in 9 games, and they're 2nd in a row over Detroit after 6 straight losses.
Angels with a 2.5-game division lead hosting Cleveland, who's won 5 in a row. We go bottom 3. Angels down a run. David Huff against Eric Ibar. He doubles to right center. Rob Quinlan is going to score. Luis Valbueno going to throw home. And Sean Figgins was not wearing his PF Flyers. He is tagged out by Victor Martinez. Take another look because he's a TPN's top play nominee if you're new to the program. Fundamentally sound by Martinez. Game tied. 8th inning. Colleen from Orange County reminding us that the Angels have a major league leading 32 come from behind victories. And they're down 1. It's Joe Smith against Juan Rivera. Rivera base hit to left. Ibar scores, and this game is tied. Smith out. They bring in Tony Sipp. We're later in the inning. Bases loaded. Gary Matthews Jr. 3-run double to left field. The Angels go from down 4-3 to up 7-4 as Matthews gets it done. I'll tell you who's not getting it done is Brian Fuentes for the second night. He's out. They pulled him, Jason Bolger, in. Victor Martinez, who beat up Fuentes on Monday, hits into the double play. We got a 7-6 game as a run scores. Next batter, Johnny Peralta, and it's Bolger who's playing for Team Shut It Down. Round out in the Angels. They come from behind again. A major league leading 33 come from behind victories as they win this one 7-6. It's the Rays last Thursday. He's at Minnesota. He's got 28 consecutive batters retired. The record is 41, by the way, by teammate Bobby Jenks and Jim Barr. Justin Morneau, bottom 1. Jermaine Dye charges and makes the catch. A 1-2-3 first, so that's 31 consecutive. Bottom 2, Michael Kadire grounder to third. Gordon Beckham's throw going to be a little offline, but Paul Konerko, stretch, glove out, another 1-2-3. So we got perfect through 1, perfect through 2, perfect through 3. Bottom 4, Joe Mauer, he's a swinger. That's 39 straight. Next batter is Morneau. To second base, over to first. Burley, perfect through 4. That's 40. Remember, the record is 41. Let's go legal flashback, August of 07, and it's Bobby Jenks. And this is the one that tied the Major League record with Jim Barr. Snap back to reality. Could Burley keep the streak going? Bottom 5. Burley gets Kadire swinging. That's 41, and that ties the record. Bobby Jenks spits, and then he smiles. Next batter, Joe Creedy, his former teammate of Burley his entire career until this season, and there it is, 42 straight retired, new Major League record. We go 6th inning. Burley gonna add on, gets Carlos Gomez to pop out to third. We got 44 straight now, and the White Sox with a 1-0 lead. Next batter is Nick Punto. Round to second. That's 45 in a row. I mean, he's perfect again. Next batter is Alexi Casilla.
He's got a base runner.
Full count. And there goes your perfect game. 45 retired in a row. Look at the Twins fans. They know their baseball. What about a back-to-back no-hitters, though? That hasn't been done in 71 years. Next batter, Denard Span. It still won't be done in 71 years. Base hit, no-hitter over. Perfect game over with Casilla, no-hitter over with the next batter, Span. Mauer up. Runners on first and second. And Scott Posednik. That is not the finest play he's ever made. Casilla scores, and this game is tied at 1. Next batter, Morneau. He grounds out. So Burley recovers. We got a 1-1 game. Bottom 7, it's 2-1 Twins. Punto singles to right. That scores 2. Burley's going to give up 5, earned 5 hits, 6 and a third. Comes on out, and how about the Twins fans? They give him a standing O, and Burley going to tip his cap to him. What a fun game that was to watch. Tuesday, Red Sox Athletics. Here's how it started. How about Jim Rice? I mean, what a dude he was for the Red Sox for so long, and they retire as number 14, and Johnny Pesky was there to unveil that. And we go 9th inning. Okay, it's 7-5 Red Sox. Runner on second, 2 outs, and Mark Ellis, the chopper. Nick Green goes bare hand, throws it away, run scores. Ellis advances, E6. Lead cut to 1. Next batter, 2 outs. Rashai Davis, slow roller. Green backhands. Throw gets away from the Euchre. Ellis scores. Second error of the inning for Green. Game tied, just the 3rd blown save of the season for Papelbon. We're top 11, still tied. Runner on second. It's Davis signaling through the right side off Manny Del Carmen. Ellis scores. It's A's 8-7. Davis steals second. Adam Kennedy's up next. Man, what a night he had. 5th hit, 3rd RBI of the night. It's 9-7. And then bottom 11, Sox down 1. Runner on 3rd, Dustin Pedroia, bartender. Give me a Bailey's. Andrew Bailey gets Pedroia to fly out to left field. The A's win 9-8 into 4-game losing streak with the big win at Fenway. 35 hits, 21 hits for the Athletics. Florida at Atlanta. Bottom 8, 2-2. Jeremy Hermida with nobody on, 1 out against Peter Moylan. He singles to left. Garrett Anderson throws it into Yunel Escobar, and Escobar goes over to Casey Kochman, and you are out. Bill Hahn making the call. You never turn your back on the ocean. You never turn your back on the ball. And Hermida out. Kochman makes the tag. Dan Uggla strikes out. Not fundamentally sound by Hermida. That's a long walk. 9th inning, still 2-2. Garrett Anderson, get out off Leo Nunez. His 8th. The Braves up 1, but we go bottom 9. Ross Glode pinch hitting against Rafael Soriano.
Glode drives it to right field, hits it deep. Back goes Church. Got a chance. Gone. Ball game. Walk off. How about that for a laugher?
His first walk-off in 8 Major League seasons, and you know what that gets you? What? Little pie in the eye. Up on the Cardinals for the Central lead. Winners of 5 straight, but they're hosting Roy Oswalt and the Astros. And Roy's 3-0 in his last 6 starts with an ERA of 2, and he's facing Alfonso Soriano in the bottom of the second. He threw the curve, and he starts sweating, and he doesn't look very comfortable. And it's not because Soriano hit the walk-off on him the day before, but what happened was he strained his lower back, and he'd have to leave the game, so Oswalt out. Top 5, Astros up 1. Miguel Tejada out off Ryan Dempster, his 9th. Tejada goes 2 for 4, the home run, 5 RBI. The Astros up 6-3. Let's go bottom 5. Jeff Fulcino, where's the ball? Where'd it go? It's in his shirt. Kosuke Fukudome hit it. Everybody funny. Now you funny too. I don't know I've ever seen that. Later in the inning, same score. 2 on Aramis Ramirez. Fulcino not going to smile about that.
Where's the ball?
Yeah. It's in somebody's shirt in the stands. Nice catch, dude. Game tied. Let's go top 7. Check out the Cubs catcher, Coy Hill, right here. He's like, oh, man, we just gave up another one. Carlos Lee, no, not enough. That ball was not gone. Next pitch, that ball is gone. Smack him, yak him. Jeff Blum taking Angel Guzman, deep right, 5th of the season, 11 runs, 17 hits. The Astros, they snap a little bit of a losing streak, 3-game losing streak, and they win it 11-6. Tied the room together. Top plays ties the show together.
What?
Here they are from Tuesday. At 10, Padres Reds. Kevin Kuzminoff shot to third. Edwin Encarnacion, the stop. Joey Votto didn't get ejected. He got the top play, but the Padres got the win.
Number 9, Rockies and Mets. Ian Stewart with a pop ball. It's not about him. It's about David Wright. When you make the grab and you fall down like that, you're going to be in top play.
Mark at 8, dude. We got Nick Markakis against Mark Teahan here. Markakis shot to right center, and Teahan backhand diving catch. Bottom 7, Markakis again. Teahan again. He's on the wall. Teahan 2, Markakis 0.
Number 7, listen and enjoy.
Deep drive, left center field. Fukudome back. Miguel Tejada has made it 3-0 Gibson. Oh, he got it. He got it, and it looked like that ball was going to leave the park, but it's a sac fly instead. Fukudome back to make the catch.
Kosuke Fukudome, poison ivy for Miguel Tejada.
Oh, nice. At 6, Yankees Rays. Evan Longoria, grounder up the middle. Robinson Cano, backhand stop. Flip to second. Derek Jeter, wide throw. Mark Teixeira. He's been doing yoga. They get the top play, but Kazmir beats CeCe.
Number 5, back to Astros Cup. Tejada, man, he got robbed more than your retirement account. Aramis Ramirez snagging that one. Great stretch by Derek Lee. Cubs go down 11-6.
At 4, let's play some soccer. It's the Peace Cup. Real Madrid against a team from Ecuador. Danny Vera with the header for the goal. Take another look and let it breathe. Impressive. 4-2.
Now, on a previous edition of Top Plays, we saw a fan catch a ball with a baby, but this fan makes a one-handed catch while holding a child who appears to be holding a $27 ballpark soda.
That is big league. This is number 2, Vernon Wells. Michael Saunders. You thought you had something? In the great Northwest, you got nothing. Taking a home run away from Wells.
And at number 1, it's Mark Burley. Once again, he got Joe Crede here. That was his 42nd straight batter retired, a new Major League Baseball record. He didn't stop there. He retired the next 3 batters to set the new record at 45 straight. He's perfect and then some, and number 1.